This time of year in Philly, you know what to expect. Cold temps, and we've got them. But the skies are clear tonight at Lincoln Financial Field. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Washington football team. Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Here's Hurts to throw. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys? Coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night, guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
This is intercepted. Picked off near the 42. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Now a give, right side. Roach. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And Washington has taken a first quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Give them a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big connection on that one, 34 yards.
First down, Washington.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Right back to him on 1st down. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And Washington going to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Throwing is Hurts. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sanders. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Hurts sets up to throw it. He completes it to Evans. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, next-gen stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. From the gun, it's Hurts. It's caught by Sanders. Touchdown, Eagles! Miles Sanders, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles are back within a score. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you figure this should be a healthy, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week, This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they make...
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. They'll run on first down. Roach. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Charles, you talk about this defense, and they're in for a tough test, playing a team working on a 3-game win streak. But their head coach very confident in his guys' chances when he spoke to the media earlier this week.
I'd call him brimming with confidence, and he should be. Because if that's what he needs to do to fire up his guys, he should do so. And he's telling everybody, we've got a locker room full of guys ready to step up. And he's making sure that he believes it so that he hopes that his players will as well.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll drop to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Throwing again on second down. Hurts throwing the out route incomplete. That's McCoy. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Hurts. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Escaping the pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Montez Sweat. Excellent job on that play. A big, big loss. 18 yards. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, complete. That's Rodgers. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's third down. They'll look to throw. And I think the ball's out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. He'll drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Being chased out left. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
A 3-yard pickup, and it's third down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. He finds his target, Allen. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 39. And that catch, he just hit number 800 in his NFL career.
And just think, that puts you in top 35 range all time in the NFL in terms of number of catches. One significant guy in that number, Shannon Sharp, who was a tight end. That's big-time play right there.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw here. Wide open. It's Allen, complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They'll set up a throw, and he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchdown. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. He finds McCoy, and he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. He'll look to throw. This for his running back, McCoy. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Airing this one out for Evans. And that is incomplete. These two teams matching up for the second time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
I don't even know why this team showed up. Back 55, back 55. Let's go.
On 2nd and 10, Hurts. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Both these teams making their final halftime adjustments. We're just about ready to get back to football. So for the call of the second half, we get back up to Philadelphia and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you'll have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter,
they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
63 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll keep it on the ground. Roach, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Looking to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Now, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. 52, Mike, 52. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. Left side here to Sanders.
And he has got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Flush to his right. Man open right side. It's Rodgers. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. Doesn't even need.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. Elliott now to add the extra point. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Going deep here for Allen.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. That throw into the arms of Allen. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out and counter too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Well, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 16. Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Forced out to his left. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Here's Hurts to throw. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Throwing is Hurts.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Cameron Curl. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
78 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
On 1st down, Roach. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to...
Touchdown, Washington.
Keenan Allen, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. That 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the fourth quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. A good run there to start the drive. 13 yards, first down.
13 yards on the play.
But first down, Hurts. And Sanders has got it complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
My defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
He finds his man, complete. That's McCoy. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Check 26, check 26.
They're going to look to throw. Looking deep now for McCoy. And this is caught on the sideline. Are the feet in? They are. What a catch. A big play there for Philly.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of Hurts fumbles it.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Hurts. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead them to 4th down. And Hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and Washington will have it on the turnover on downs.
Let's go, dude.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.